everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's recipe, I am making a healthy version of Alfredo pasta with some grilled shrimp. Now you might be wondering, well, how are we going to make it healthier? Well, we're going to cut the fat and the calories down by substituting in some vegetables, cauliflower to name the main one, and we're going to use some caramelized onions and mushrooms. And we're going to pop these ingredients into a blender and blend it up so that it's nice and smooth, and that's going to give some thickness to our sauce. And we're still going to add some half and half and a little bit of butter to give it the richness, and the flavors are going to be really delicious. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. Let's go over our ingredients so we can see what's in the recipe. First up, we have our shrimp. I bought frozen shrimp and I took the shell off and the tails. My family likes it that way and so do I. It just makes it easier to eat. We'll need some cauliflower. I just cut up some florets here. We're going to be steaming that. We'll need some sliced mushrooms. I have some yellow onion here that I just sliced up. We'll need some half and half. Remember I told you we're going to use a little bit of that for that nice, creamy taste. And some butter. I have some fresh minced garlic, Parmesan cheese, I have some granulated garlic, salt, pepper, some chicken broth, some olive oil, and then we have our pasta. I'm using linguine pasta, and we'll garnish it up with a little bit of fresh parsley. So here's how we start off our recipe. I've got my frying pan here. I'm going to start it at medium heat just to get the pan hot. We're going to put some olive oil, couple tablespoons, into the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to add the onions and the mushrooms. We're going to saute these for 30 minutes. What this is going to do is add some real nice savory flavor. When these onions caramelize, they sweeten up, they just get a really nice deep flavor. In this pan over here, I have my cauliflower. This is a double boiler. So I'm just going to steam. We're going to steam the cauliflower until it's nice and soft, almost starts to fall apart, 5 to 7 minutes. So we'll do both of those things at once. So once the onions get going, and I think you can hear them, they're sizzling up a little bit, you're going to want to turn your heat down to low because you want these to cook low and slow. That's how you get the best caramelized onions. If you try and rush it, you just don't develop the right kind of flavor, and these are actually going to reduce down to probably half of what you see right here. So here we are at about 6 minutes on the cauliflower, and you want to take your fork and just stick it in there. Well, that's going in nice and easy. We want to make sure it's soft enough so when we put it in the blender it really blends up nice and easy. So I would say that that's pretty darn good. So I'll turn the heat off. We're going to let this just sit aside, and then we're going to blend everything in the blender. All right, now that the cauliflower is done, we're going to remove that off the stove, and I'm going to start boiling my water for the pasta. While the onions are still caramelizing, I want to dress up my shrimp and get them ready for grilling. Now they're only going to take 5 minutes or so when we cook them. So I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil over them. This will help them, keep them from sticking in the pan. Add just a little bit of salt, not too much because they already are a little bit salty. So a little bit of salt and garlic powder. I really like this part. It really makes them taste good, so I'm kind of generous because I love garlic. I'm going to kind of toss them over and do the other side. I'm just going to do the other side with garlic powder. Alrighty, so here are the onions and the mushrooms at about 30 minutes. You can see how much they've reduced down, and the flavor, oh, it looks so good. Now it's time to add the garlic. So we're going to pop that in, and we're only going to saute this for about 1 minute to 2 at the most. We just want to get that garlic nice and fragrant. You're going to notice the nice smell as it heats up and cooks a little bit. Now we're going to place the onions and the garlic and the mushrooms into my Vitamix blender and the cauliflower. Now I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth to the blender to mix it up and to see how thick it is. All right, we need to add more. So you're just going to add enough until you get a nice consistency. Add a little bit at a time. So I'm back to my frying pan. I'm gonna add that little bit of butter in there, and we're gonna melt that. I'm on medium-low heat right now. And then I'm gonna add my onion and mushroom mixture to the pan. And you can see how nice and creamy that is, right? It's just like a smooth sauce, and that's exactly what I want. And you can thin this down if you want to or you need to with a little more chicken broth. That'll be your way of thinning it out if you need to. Now I'm gonna add the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna stir that in. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt to this and some pepper. And the last thing we need to add is the half and half. All right, so that's our sauce. I'm gonna let this sit. Now we're gonna work on our noodles, our pasta, and the shrimp. All right, so here goes our pasta. We're gonna cook that for, like I said, 10 minutes. We've got about 5 minutes left to cook our pasta, so I'm gonna start the shrimp. I've got my pan heating up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start placing them on there, just like that. And like I said, you're gonna take just 2 or 3 minutes on each side. Okay, we'll flip these over. They're almost done, halfway done anyway. Pasta's done, I'm gonna drain it. All right, the shrimp, when they're done, I have a nice clean plate sitting right over here behind my sauce to place these onto for now. All right, so I got our pasta here. I'm going to add it to the sauce. And I'm going to toss that in. I actually didn't make a full pound of pasta. You could actually have made a little bit more. I didn't want to make that much today for myself, but this is probably about 12 ounces of pasta, and you could definitely make, 16 ounces, a pound. I'm going to bring this over to the counter, and I'm going to taste it. Can't wait. So here we go. I'm going to serve some of this up. The sauce looks nice and creamy. It smells amazing in here, guys. I mean, it's really beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And a little parsley to this. And we've got a fantastic meal that you don't feel guilty about eating. I mean, you saw the vegetables in this. There's not a lot of fat in it. Let's see if I can get a bite out of this. Delicious flavor, guys. It's very savory. It's just, you don't miss, I really don't miss all that fat and cream and butter. I mean, there's a little bit in there for that flavor, but the cauliflower and the onions that are caramelized with the garlic, fantastic. You're gonna love this, guys. It's gonna be a nice substitute for you. I hope you will try it. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. And don't forget to subscribe. You wanna see more videos like this. I'd love to have you come and join us every week. I put out a new video. And give me a thumbs up, and of course, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any recipe requests. I wanna hear about it down below in the comment section of the video. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll try it. All right, we'll see you next time.